But what do you use to trade on besides MT4?
That's it.
Only
MT4.
MT4?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other platform that I would use.
But what do you use to trade on besides MT4?
That's it. That's it.
Only
MT4.
MT4?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any other platform that I would use that is muted. I'm answering like 3 times. So yeah, you should see the screen share on there. You see it?
All right, so I see desktop one came up. Do I click on that?
Whichever one that you have the screen on.
Okay. All right, let me
know when you're ready.
What screen am I supposed to be showing?
Whichever one you want to. We can work within any one of the screens.
Okay. All right, so I click share my screen, desktop.
And then there's a little share option in that window.
Wait a minute. Share screen I clicked on, and then it says
click share.
Okay, share.
Okay. Let's see. No problem, Tom. No problem. You hit it?
Open system preferences.
Oh, it's telling you something else. That's not something I'm familiar with. Yeah, it should give you some options. There you go. I think it's coming up.
Okay.
I thought it was coming up.
Okay, it says allow Zoom to share your screen. So I'm gonna say open, there's cancel and there's open system preferences. So I guess I click that.
Yeah, you're gonna allow it to open.
Okay, okay, there you go.
All right, Brandon, I like that background, man.
I'm playing with it right now.
Man, I gotta get me one of these Zoom backgrounds, man. It's cool. Okay. Yeah, Shimon, we still gonna have a meeting tomorrow. That's for the team. Everybody will be on that. This is normally on from Mondays. It's just a how-to session. You guys can ask anything, but it's basically how to use MetaTrader, how to use the app, mobile phone app, and how to use TradingView. Okay, Brandon, you're right. Got it. Let's see. We still don't have you.
No. What do I need to do now?
You got to share your screen now.
All right. So I think I did that already.
Yeah, you still got to share it.
That's the green button in share screen.
Share screen, then choose the desktop and then click share.
Okay, desktop. And share. And then it says open system preferences.
You need to make sure that Zoom is able to share.
Right, are you sharing this on YouTube as well? I'm seeing like a YouTube sign on my computer right now.
Yeah, I'm sharing it on YouTube too.
All right.
So you guys can go back and watch it if you need to.
Are you seeing it or
still not? So if we don't have it, it's okay. I'll just kind of have to walk you through it. I was hoping we can use your computer as an example, but it seems like you're having trouble sharing it. So I'll just, while you try to go ahead and share, I will kind of walk through everybody through.
I have a Mac too.
You got one too?
Yeah.
So Um, I can show you two ways to do this, where you'll be doing this through an app that you have to purchase as an add-on called Parallels. Um, and then there's another option that is one that's free, but I wouldn't be able to show that one to you because it requires you to boot in and out of the computer. If you want to go ahead and add Parallels, I can send you the link, and it's $79.99 for the year. It's the best option because you can actually use it in on your laptop and as like just a regular app. Um, so what I'll do is let me just walk you through it, okay? And if we get if she's able to share it out, we'll go to it. But so the app is called Parallels. Um, Parallels. Okay. And so basically, this will give you the option. You can, of course, download the free trial is probably the first thing. But then after you download the trial, you'll have to purchase a license for it, right? And it's $79.99 for the whole year. And this will give you the option to use the Windows, a Windows desktop on your MacBook within the actual applications that you would normally use, right? So if you look at my screen right now, let me switch screens over here. You can actually see that I'm using the desktop for my Mac in the background. So for a Windows desktop in the background, it's using everything that I would have, like if I was using a Windows 10 computer. But I have the option to run the Windows on top of my already MacBook background. And I can just switch easily in between the two, where this is now what you're seeing right now is my MacBook desktop, my home screen right here, which is just my regular MacBook desktop. You can see everything going in between the two. If you do the free version, it will let you download Windows onto the computer. But the problem is you'll have to log out, restart it, and then go back in to the computer to use the Mac version, use the MetaTrader on your computer. And it's it's a cheap route to do it this way, but it's just timely because that means you have to exit out of all what maybe everything you're working on here on your desktop just to go and work on your Windows computer version, right? So the first thing you would do is let me share this again. You're gonna go ahead and go to this website, go to Parallels. You will install and download, purchase and download the version of the Parallels version. The buy now, you be buying a new license is $79. It takes you through the purchase options. You're gonna get a link with the license to your purchase sent to you to your email. And then you don't need to worry about like the pro edition or the work edition. You just can use this simple desktop student version. And this will take you to the same option that I have. You'll get the license, it'll download, you'll get a download for it. It's an easy click through process. You don't have to do anything special. And then once you get it downloaded, you'll get this little icon in the top of your screen, and you'll have options to manage the desktop where you can suspend it, put it to sleep, restart it, stop, reset, take a snapshot from here. And then you have view options where you can go in full screen or you can go in coherence mode or picture in picture mode, which if you do that, you'll get an option. It'll look something like this, where I'll have a little window right here and I can be using it just simultaneously on the computer right here and open up. The one that I use the most is the coherent mode. And that's just simply because it just streams like it's another app inside of my window. So if I go to coherent, it means that any apps that I have that are native to here will just run and open as if it's an app on my MacBook. So that's just something to remember. And if you ever get lost in any one of those, you can just come back up to this icon and choose the option. So where this becomes familiar, because you guys that have Windows computers already, everything else is going to be the same after you get to this point. So if you have a Windows computer, you can follow along these steps and it'll be pretty much the same, right? So let me make sure I'm sharing this out. Okay. All right. So
Tiny, come here.
once you have once you have it installed, it's going to bring you to this screen. You won't have any of these icons. At this point, you're pretty much ready to install it. That parallel desktop will install Windows on it. It'll basically create a virtual computer, and then on the virtual computer, it'll install the operating system on it, right? Which is what you're seeing right now in this window. You don't have to get a separate copy of Windows. You will have this little activate Windows, go to settings to activate Windows. You will have that, but you can ignore it, and then use it just as you would. You just can't do like anything like you won't even worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. You just have to ignore this little message right here. And the next thing is you want to find MetaTrader 4. And MetaTrader 4 is what we're going to use, right? MetaTrader 4. And with choosing MetaTrader 4, a lot of people get confused with MetaTrader 5, or they'll get confused with what they're supposed to do and how to get throughout the screen. So that's why we're having this session in particular. So, and if you just search for MetaTrader, for download for Windows, right? Or you can just search for MetaTrader 4 download, right? It's going to take you to a couple of different options where you'll see this broker offers one, this broker, this broker, this broker. It doesn't matter who broker you download it from, because at the end of the day, you're going to be logging into it based off of the server. So a lot of people on the call, what is the broker that you guys use the most? You guys use FX Choice?
I use Hugo's Way.
Hugo's Way.
FX Choice is not taking US.
That's right. That's right. So let's go with Hugo's Way then. So if we go to Hugo's Way.com. And then you want to see, you will see this little link that says download MetaTrader. I already got it, so I'm gonna pick another broker. Let me go to xm.com. xm.com, continue, platforms. MetaTrader 4 for PC. Bam. I'm going to use that one. And then I'm going to download it. It's going to download. I'm going to run it. This will be the same thing that you do for. And I seem to download MetaTrader 4. Was able to do it separately from FX Choice. And Graham, were you trying to download it to your Mac?
Yeah, so I got the parallels, so yeah, it was on the Mac.
Yeah, so if you're using the parallels, then you should be able to download it.
Okay, no, see, I was struggling to actually when I went onto the MetaTrader 4 website, I couldn't do it. So when I went onto FX Choice and caught 4X, I was able to do it from that,
So if you're going to use parallels, once you download parallels, you download the Windows version of it, and then you follow these same steps.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If you want to, you got parallels already?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
You want to share your screen?
Well, it's on my desktop, but I'm on my laptop at the moment.
Okay. Okay. All right. So once we get to this point, it'll just be the same. We'll next through it. It'll take us through this process. And we're finished, right? Don't need to worry about this part. We can just go ahead and go back here, right? So now we got our icon and it's gonna open up. We'll click and open it up. And it's gonna give us all of these default settings, right? These servers that we don't have an account for, we don't even need these, right? So the first thing you want to do after you get it downloaded is you want to log into your account. So if you have, let me see which one of these accounts. Let me see. Let me see which one I can remember off the top of my head. I have the new broker that I'm recommending is Osprey. For people who cannot open MetaTrader, MT4 FX Choice accounts. This is the broker I'm going to recommend moving forward. So I have a demo account with them, I think. And we're going to type in a broker name here. It should pull it up. Here we got the Osprey FX demo. And we'll double click on that and click next. If we already have the account information, we're going to log into it from here. 3915. I think I remember it. No, hang on. Let's choose the demo one. Of course, I don't remember this right now. Let me.
Before,
Yeah.
how do you find the login information?
You should get it sent to your email when you set up the account. And if you don't, you can log into the background and get your account information. If you log into the back office of your broker, let me see. This is a good example of me not remembering. So let me see. I'm gonna go to Osprey fx.com. Get the password. Actually, I think it's in my email. One second. Okay. Okay. All right. So you're gonna get a little email that looks like this. When you get the account information, this is where you, whether or not you get the demo or the live account, you're gonna get your account information is gonna look like this, where you're gonna get the demo, the account, the live account information, the password, and you don't need to worry about the investor password because you normally not gonna change this. And after you get that, this is the information you're going to use to log in to the broker with. There's a back office to get to the Osprey account. That's or any of your other accounts. That's where you're going to go to manage your account funds, where you're going to upload your funds to the account. You're going to withdraw from your back office, but this is just to get to the actual trading aspect of it. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, and then we will come back over here. We'll come back over here, go to XM, and now we'll add the account, the demo version, copy, paste, and now we log in. Okay. We know we're in because down in the bottom corner, you'll see connection status right here. If it's not connected, it'll say not connected, or it'll say invalid account or something like that. This is typically the view you're gonna get when you first log in to the MetaTrader. And let me see, Brandon says, can you also show how to use the web trader for Hugo's Way? I'm not really inept to using the web trader, but I think for the most part it's the same thing. We can go over it for sure. We can definitely go over it. It's not too different from this, but you're gonna be left with usually these 4 windows. It's gonna be ugly looking. You won't have all of this stuff right here. You're gonna have just these symbols and then a navigator. This will let you minimize these by clicking on that, and then you're just left with these 4 windows, right? If you want to, you can close out all of these windows because these may not be the pairs that you're gonna trade. This terminal box can be open and closed right here. And this will let you see your current trades, if you're in any, your exposure, your account history. Those are the main 3 that you're going to use. The rest of these, you may use the alerts. You may use the journal. This kind of just tells you the connection status. But the main 3 you're going to use is trade, exposure, and account history, with the main thing that you're going to use is trade. And this little terminal icon will let you open and close this, right? So now you want to find what the pair that you want to trade. A lot of us on this call trade indices. So what'll happen is you'll have this drop down right here and you'll be able to pick and choose. What'll happen is when you first log in, the chances are you won't see the indices you won't see them available, right? So you see the major Forex pairs right here, crosses right here, exotics right here. Maybe you want to trade USD ZAR. We'll come back to you later. But if you like trading indices, gold or silver or something like that, you're going to go to view and then you're going to go symbols, right? And let me know if I'm going too fast and I can go back, right? Once we go to symbols, it's going to give you the options to add in pairs that are not available by default, right? So we want to add our indices. We're going to go to indexes and then click drop down. This is going to give you the indices that they have available to trade. Now, we got US 30 right here. I don't know the difference between pro and the regular one. I think it's just the spread count, but we'll just use the normal US 30. We got SPX, UK 100, NAS 100, JER 30. And notice the difference that the ones that are highlighted yellow, those are the ones that are selected. Anything else that's gray, those are left unselected, right? So we added those. Let's look at metals. We want to add silver. We want to add gold. And that's all I'm going to add from here. Crypto, maybe I want to trade Bitcoin, BTC USD. It's right here. And then another good pair, maybe, let's see, that we don't have available. Looks like all of those. Energies. Let's add oil. That's US crude right here. And that's going to be it. Once we have everything, we can just close. And then now when we go to search for the pairs we want to trade, now we have majors, crosses, crypto now, BTC USD, metals, now we have silver and gold, energy, now we have oil, indices, now we have all of the indices that we may want to trade, US 30 SPX, all right? So let's look at SPX, right? From this view, we're going to just maximize this view so that everything's showing. And the main thing you want to consider is once it's like this is maybe you don't want to have these green lines, green, black background with all these gray, right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to clean this up so that we can actually see these, see this and make it look a little better, right? So we're going to right click inside of this window and then go to properties. This colors properties will let you change all of the background on this. So this is gonna let you change and you can see like a preview in this window of the things that you change. So let's stick with the black background and let's go with no foreground. Actually, no, let's do.
Excuse me.
Yes.
What window, where did you right click?
Okay. So once you have the window open,
Right.
right click anywhere in this open screen.
Okay, all right, I got you.
And
Thank
then
you.
Go to properties.
Mm-hmm.
And now you'll see that we have the options open, right? And I don't want to have a grid on here. I don't like all these little lines. So where it says grid, I'm going to say none. This smooths out the background. Now I don't have all of that grid lines in the background. A good color to go with black is let's go with let's stay with green. Let's stay with green for up bars. And then for the down bars, let's go with let's go with red. And then for a bullish candle, we are gonna go with a darker or lighter green. And then no, let's do this. Yeah, let's do a darker green on here. Right. And then for the bearish candles, let's go with a lighter shade of red. Right. And then for the line chart, we can go with green. The volume, we can leave those and let's go with that. All right, so now it looks like this. And we can zoom in with these two, zoom in and out and see that it looks a little lot cleaner. But this is the bar chart. We don't want the bar chart. We want the candlesticks.
Right.
So instead, there's three options right here. The bar, candle, and the line. So this is what our line chart will look like. This is what our candlesticks will look like now. So looks a lot cleaner. We can see this. We can see everything a little better. And we can see the difference between the bullish and bearish candles now. And we can go ahead and go forward with that, right? Another thing you want to make sure is you want to have the scroll option unchecked, because if you don't, it's going to keep pulling you back in the same spot. But then you want the shift to be shifted to the right, to the left. We can't see the little shift option, but there's a shift option up here. Anyway, let me see. Yeah, you can't see it. Dang it. Because I chose black. But anyway, so now that we have this is probably the most that you would want to do with setting up your broker on here. You probably won't do too much charting on here because again, it's a lot better to do it on TradingView. The main thing you want to get out of here is once you start trading, you can manage your trades from here. And that's really the key to making sure that you understand how to do the desktop app, because it's managing the trades where this comes into play. Let's pick up actual pair that's live right now. So let's go to
Hi, sorry.
Yep.
See how you've set your background and stuff here. So I've done that like on one pair, but if I go to a different pair, it's all like back to it's not this settings I've got, so I have to do it on each pair to set the background how I want to. So is there a way to have it across all pairs?
Absolutely. Okay. So now that we got this saved, right? We have everything basically how we want to see it. Everything looks good as far as the background and the layout. Anywhere in the screen, you're going to right click into it, the open screen in the windows, and then you're going to go to template. Once we get to template, we're going to go to save template. And this background, we're going to save this entire background as a template. So let's save this one as how to template. Right? So I'm going to save it, right? I like the way this looks, right? We'll open up USD ZAR, right? USD ZAR looks just like it was when it first came out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up that template and right click in the window and go down to templates. And now here listed as one of the templates is the how-to template that we just made. We can click on it and now it looks just like the other one. So that way you can always go back to it. While we're here, let's go ahead and turn on our trade options because that's the goal of it here, right? So initially you can trade by selecting this default sell limit or go to trading and then select one of the defaults, right? And or put in a new order, but this is going to make you fill out everything in this view, market execution pending order. We don't want to actually do it, right? So most of the times we're putting in market execution and we want to see the blue buy and sell buttons over here in the corner, right? So what we're going to do is we can go at it by two ways. Right clicking in the window and click on one click trading. This will give us the option to do one click trading. I'm gonna go ahead and enter a trade. Since this is my first time setting this up, I want you to see what the difference is when I actually take the trade. So based off of this trade, I'm just gonna use a 0.02. No, 0.0, let's do a 0.2, right? Who thinks this is gonna buy? Who thinks this is gonna sell on USD ZAR? Are
I
you
think it's
buying
gonna
or selling?
sell.
You're selling right here?
I guess so, yes.
I say bye.
Who else is buying right here?
I say bye.
Say sell.
Oh, drop it in the chat. Let's see. Let's see. Who goes into profit? Buy, sell, buy. All right. So everybody's majority says buy, and we're looking at this on the 1 hour. Let's see. Looking at this on the 1 hour. All right. So we're gonna go with a buy. The majority says, oh, wait a minute. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. That's 5, 6 sales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dang, it's even. Oh, okay. I think the sales have won. All right. So the sales have won. So we're going to go ahead and sell. Notice what happened when we sold. We get this one click. This should be the first time. This will be the first time when you first add this feature, this will be the option that comes up. You only should have to do this one time, and then you're just basically accepting the criteria, terms and conditions that's basically state that if I click sell, that means I instantly go into trade, or buy, I instantly go into trade. That's it. That's all this is saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell. Let's go to that order right quick. And now we're gonna go ahead and sell. We hit that. We're in the trade for the sell right here. And it tells you lot size, I'm in the trade, right? Now, the cool thing about this is the reason why I want you guys to understand how to use the desktop is because once you're in the trade, you can manage the trade a lot easier, right? And this goes for even if I take the trade based off of trading view and I enter the trade over here, I'm gonna actually manage my trade over here because for one, I can exit and enter my trades a lot faster than I do on the phone. And then I can modify my stop losses and my take profits a lot faster on the phone. A lot of times when you're trading, especially when you're trading from your phone, it's sometimes when you probably got stopped out while you were trying to move your stop loss. And I know this is true. And then as soon as you do that, as soon as it take you out, when you were actually trying to move your stop loss, it goes into profit and you just missed out on a trade. We don't want that happening to you guys. So that's the reason why I'm showing you how to do it this way.
I
Now,
don't know what it is. Like the app manager for it on my phone, it's just not clicking with me. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm stupid.
no,
I prefer it this way.
yeah, it's not stupid at all. It's not stupid at all. It's bulky. It's bulky and it doesn't allow you to do a lot of things that you should be able to do easier. Now, the one thing I do like about the phone versus the computer is when I'm taking partials, I think it's a little quicker to take partials, but is it that much faster? No. You know, if you have the screen open, which I'll show you how to do in a second, then it's pretty easy. But we're in the trade now. Now, we kind of know that our target should be down here, right? Right around here, somewhere around this area, right? If I'm trading from my phone, I don't, if I'm trading from my phone, I need to know what this number is, right? I need to know that this is 1608976, right? Versus me trading on my computer, I know my take profit is down here. That's my take profit. Versus I know if I know my stop loss should be above here, right? Somewhere, right? I need to know this number versus here's my stop loss right here. This right here should speed up your entry, exit, setting stop loss, taking profits a lot faster by just doing and dragging it right here, right? So because
So
I'm
the
in,
stop loss is supposed to be that high up? I'm sorry.
we're not worrying about like where we are right now as far as what I'm just showing you, you know, how to use the platform versus actually setting up, doing setups for this.
So by you clicking and dragging those lines up, it automatically, put those stop loss and those take profits in automatically. Like, so now you don't have to watch it, right?
You don't.
Look at God.
So,
That's neat.
so here's my stop loss. Here's my take profit, right?
No.
If I needed to adjust it, here's the next thing. I don't need to know the number. I just need to drag this.
God is so good. I be struggling with that app. Y'all have no idea.
You can just drag it and drop it. And that's, a lot easier. Like today, since we talking about, I was in SPX and I'll show you an example of a trade that I was in. And I took this sale, right? I took the sale like right around here, right around 18 is when I got in. So we were here, right? Right around 18. It was probably 19 on the broker. And my stop loss was originally here, right? And I was like, I knew it might push up a little bit, but I felt as if it would hold its level, right? So I didn't need to know what the number was at all. I just looked to the left on the 1 hour. Just look to the left on the 1 hour, and I moved it up to here, just like that. I don't care what the number is. I know this is a rejection area, right? So I knew that if I'm gonna see this drop, it should not push up higher than this, right? So I don't even think I pushed it up this high. I think I went to just like 33, right? It pushed up, almost took me out, and then it dropped. And I think I got out around 33, right? But if I'm doing this from my phone, right? When initially my stop loss was right here, right? If I'm doing this from my phone and I see that price is coming up to this area and you're not actually watching this, look what would have happened. I would have got wicked out of this trade and would have lost this for nothing, right? Because it did exactly what I wanted to do and then some. I really had my stop loss down, I mean, my take profit down here at 91, but I only took it to probably around 305, which is whatever. I don't care. That's a winning trade, right? But at the end of the day, you know, you want to be able to manage these trades just as easily as I'm moving this line. I should be able to move my targets and move
Wow.
my stop losses. So back to USD ZAR, right? If I wanted to, you know, here I can, I'm out of this, I'm moving my targets all along the way, right? With minimal time, right? And a lot of times your trading is boils down to execution, how fast you're able to get in and out
Mhm,
of the moves, right? So
mhm.
because of that, this is why you want to make sure that you know, kind of get out of the realm of managing trades from your phone, right? And it's cool, don't get me wrong. I do enter and exit trades off of my phone sometimes, but that's if I'm out and about, and I can't get to my laptop, or I can't get to, you know, my tablet or my phone or something like that. But if by any means I have a laptop or tablet around, you know, this is what I'm gonna do and use to manage my trades, because it's a lot easier, it's a lot faster, and it's a lot smoother. The next thing, which I always show you guys how to do on here, is on your phone. You can take a partial. You can if you have let me get this open on the phone, and I'll show you how to do it on the phone after I show you how to do it on the desktop. To me, these are the most important things you're going to need to understand when using MetaTrader, and that's taking partials, managing your trades. Let me see. Can you? I hope y'all can't see me. I'm looking crazy. Got my hair all loose.
Hey Corey, you know how
Yeah.
you do the put the line in on Trading View? Can you put coordinates in on here too?
Say that again.
You know how on Trading View, right? Say for instance you put out a trade that Kim gave, right? And you can
Mhm.
just like make a line in Trading View and then put in the coordinates. Can you do that on here too?
Are you talking about the setup, or are you talking about the actual trade? The setup, yeah, you can do it. I like this little red line. I can put that, like this would have been my sell break right here. I can drag this here, and then I can add some details on it if I want to. Right here, sell break of whatever, of 16,005, whatever. Um, yep. So I would put it here, but I gotta make sure that if I'm gonna use this, that I go into common and show object description. But like I said, I don't want you to really focus on marking up in here, because marking up in here is a little tedious. And you'll see like over here, I can only see it on the left hand side. I can't save templates. I can't share this out. Like if I wanted to share this out with you, I can't do it. That's what makes TradingView so powerful. This is more so for your use and your use only, because there is a way I can share this, but it's not as reliable and is not as user friendly if I'm using it on there. Um, so we're in the trade. We're obviously in a little drawdown because of the spread on this trade, but that's okay.
So Corey, a question.
Uh-huh.
So this is just specific to your particular broker.
What's that?
What you just said about sharing and all of that.
No, as far as the sharing goes, it's gonna you won't really be able to share out your charts and stuff as easily with this as you would on TradingView. That's
Okay.
kind of another reason. Like there is a share option. It's
You're
right.
breaking up, Corey. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Man, it's this weather down here, man. We've been still getting like a little residual effect from this.
So
freaking-
this is specific just for your broker and for handling your trade, managing your trades and doing whatever.
Yep.
Okay,
Now, I
thank you.
mean, you can mark up on your charts on here, but I wouldn't do it so much because, like I said, you can't share it out. You can't save it and move it from one screen, or it's just a lot of stuff you can't do on here. So this is more so I'm in the trade or I'm taking the trade,
Right.
and I want to make sure that I maximize, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
So Corey, that's what I'm saying. I don't think my question was answered because I'm still confused over here. So say for instance, right? You know how yesterday you called out an alert for a specific spot, right? So looking at the chart, I thought that I saw that number come up and I pressed buy as soon as I saw the alert, like as soon as I saw the number myself, right? But apparently that wasn't the right number because I didn't make a profit on it. So I wanted to know, is there a way to set the number to the line? Like say for instance, you put the line, then you go in and say, well, I want this line to go to this number.
this would be you would be setting up your trade. I mean, if
It's
you're
not.
if you're
Separate schools are
Setting
voting.
it up,
Uh,
just doing it right.
I'm just so are you referring to where you place your, thank you, Alicia. If my zone is here, I'm entering the trade right here.
I
If-
guess so.
the
But
trade,
okay, so just pretend like you're giving out a trade to us. And you know how you say, well, buy at this break, right?
right.
Is there a way for me to put a line and then where you say like alert, buy at this break right here, to put that number on that line?
She's talking about like on MetaTrader 4, if you where your mouse is right now, if you right click it and then you have those several, no, on this is on TradingView. I don't know how to do it on this. But she's asking to put an alert on a horizontal line, basically.
Yeah, she wants to put the alert so we can just like jump her into the trade when like at the quarters you say.
Alert you to
Yes,
get
that's
in the
exactly
trade.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can do it on
Okay.
here, but again, you don't want to, this is again, like this is more so managing your trades. You can set alerts on here. However, there are limitations to this. And there are pluses with this, right? There are some pros and cons with setting alerts on here. Now I can show you how you can set alerts and it'll come to your phone from here.
Wait,
But
you went completely out. You went completely out.
okay, can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so there is a way I can show you how to set alerts on here, but There are limitations to it. You won't, after the alert is triggered once, you'll have to go back in and reset the alert so that it continues to alert you.
So, so if you like that alert you're giving out, right? So if we set it, it'll automatically put us in the trade. It'll just put us in the trade, and wherever we put our stop losses at, it'll just
No,
do its thing. No,
no, the alert will only let you know that you're at the area.
so we have to
You-
go in and still
You
put the
could
trade
have
in
to
yourself.
set up a pending order. If you just want to say, I'm gonna sell, I want this to automatically pull me in the sell, that is going to be setting a pending order. Now you don't want to do that because you can have a situation where this happens right here. And it sets the alert, it triggers it, it enters you into the trade, and then it goes in the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to do that because you want to make sure that the price action is still moving in the direction of what you expect for it to do.
Yeah, I think that was the question that was trying to be asked. Just trying to elaborate.
If you do a pending order, you need to understand that by placing the pending order in a certain area, it doesn't mean that it's going to go in the direction that you place the pending order. The potential is there. However, you're going to be losing a lot more often because a lot of times you have situations where this happens and it just wicks you in the trade and then moves back and forth, up and down, and never actually breaks. So you want to wait until the criteria of whatever the trade is met before you actually enter the trade. So you want to use an alert versus an actual pending order for the trade. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, that I understand what she's trying to say, and I second that motion. Corey, I talked to you earlier today about my little error. If you put pending orders in certain situations, especially SPX at this time, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win that much. You're actually gonna lose a lot more money than you actually are gonna gain. So I second that, Corey.
Yeah, don't take that route. You can kind of do that more often with FX pairs, but you need to have tight targets, and you may want to use a little larger stop loss. But for volatile pairs like USD ZAR, FX, any of the GBP pairs, I wouldn't necessarily use it on those. There are some pairs, some slow moving pairs, like maybe Euro, AUD USD, AUD CHF. Those slower moving pairs, you can probably get away with it on those pairs a lot more often. Those won't give you as big of a profit, but a lot of times when those pairs break structure, they usually go in the direction, especially because of the fact that they don't move a lot already. You just have to kind of make sure, all right, I'm going to target 10 to 20 pips on those pairs. And then if it pulls me in the trade, I'll take that. I won't use a large lot size, but I'll take my little trade and get out of the way, But for most of the pairs, you don't want to do that, especially those volatile pairs, G pairs, indices for sure. Unless you know what you're doing, I don't recommend you putting pending orders on indices, gold at all. I do it because I can I don't do it the same way that you guys are thinking to use it, but overall, I wouldn't recommend it. Like if I was looking for a rejection right here, the times when I would use it, if I'm looking at a rejection right here, I'm expecting this to sell, right? Once I see price above this area and it's rejection, I'll put a pending order for a sell stop. And once it rejects, it'll pull me in the trade. That's how I use it. I don't leave an order on the chart and walk away from the chart and then go ahead about my business. I'm still actively watching the chart to make sure that it does what I want it to do. This just helps me from dealing with when I actually press the button, you know. That's all it does, right? So the next thing, which I've showed you guys before, and I'll reiterate it, is how to take partials, right? And there are a lot of ways you can do this. There's two ways you can do this. You can you can do it from your phone, or you can do it from your desktop. And I think, honestly, if you do it from your desktop and your phone, they're both about the same speed. But if you're going to do it from your desktop, you're going to make sure that the terminal window is open. That's here. And you're going to go to the size, right? You're going to double click on the size, and then there's going to be this window that opens up. What you're going to be modifying in this window is the volume. The volume is the amount of leverage you're using for this particular trade. So for this particular trade, I'm using 20,000 in volume, right? So if I want to take a piece of this off, right, I need to break this down into increments that are divisible by 20, right? So let's say I want to take off just a quarter of this. So I'm going to take off 0. Let's say I would take off 0.5, 0.05. And I want to close out this piece of the trade, right? Maybe at TP1, I want to close out a quarter of the trade, right? I close that out. As soon as I close that out, it leaves in the remainder of the trade, which is 0.15, right? So after I hit TP1, I could say, here, I'm taking out this first part. I'm going to let the rest of it go, right? Then I'm at TP2. I'm going to take out another piece of it, right? Leave the rest to see what happens. Close out that part, right? And this is how you would do it from the phone. I mean, from the desktop, right? From the phone, let me open that up. From the phone, get over here. Get over here.
Hey, Corey, can I see that again, please? That's the first time I'm actually seeing that.
No problem. No problem. Let me minimize this. Okay. All right. So we're going to go to, first of all, we're going to make sure we can see it, right? And here we go. Let me put that in the background. So we're going to open our terminal window, which is right here, to show our trade. And then from the size, we're going to look for the size column, and we're going to click on that column on the size for whatever trade you're in. And right now we have a 0.1 still left in this trade, but I don't want to take all of it out, right? So in this case, I'm going to take out a 0.01 this time, 0.01. And I'm going to leave the rest of the trade in to see what happens. And I'm going to hit close. You want to make sure that you adjust the volume for the trade. So sometimes, maybe you want to split this in half. Maybe you want to take a partial out at TP1 and leave the rest. But you know, that's probably the way that you want to do it, kind of break it up in quarters or halves or wholes or whatnot, right? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you can do this same thing from your phone, which is, this is the same trade we're in, USD ZAR. I have the trade account open right here. The only difference is what you're gonna do, you'll click and hold on the order until this option comes up. And then you'll click close. But you won't actually click on this close option until you make modifications in this field right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and again, I'm gonna take another 0.01 off of this trade. Now, what you'll notice is the amount that I closed this trade with just adjusted. If I go back and take the original amount, this will close out the entire trade. This is what's left on this trade. But I only want to take a piece of it off. So I'm going to take 0.1 off. I'm going to take 0.1 off. And this is going to only close out the balance of a 0.1. And I'm still left with the same 0.08 in the trade until I close out the remaining balance of it. So you can do this on the phone. You can do this on the phone and on the laptop is probably just as fast on both. But as you can see, if I am trying to, let's say I want to adjust my TP, right? This is the difference between adjusting my TP. I don't know, let's say I need to find out, for one, if I'm doing this in one screen, right? So I need to go to USD ZAR right here, go to chart. I got to switch time frames. I want to adjust. I got to do all of the, hold on. So let's say that I want to do the same thing on my phone, right? I got my chart. I got a chart open, right? I'm right here. I want to go ahead and adjust this. Go to chart. I need to find out where I want to put it. Let's go to the 1 hour, see if we can see where we get a level. So if I want to adjust this maybe to be lower than this, I need to go ahead and kind of figure out what's the area, let's say 16 for 14770. That's maybe what I want my take profit to be. I got to go to modify. I got to say, whatever the case is, I got to know the numbers versus me doing this on the phone. I mean, on the desktop, I want to adjust my stop loss, my take profit lower. All right, cool. I'm just going to go to the order, drag it down a little bit. I want to adjust my stop loss. I'm going to drag it up a little bit. And then that's going to be the end of the day for that. I don't need to know the numbers. I just need to know that this is right around where my stop loss, my take profit, my stop loss should be here. My take profit should be here. Another advantage you have over using the phone versus using the desktop is, let's click on that order again and go to modify. You'll notice that there is no place to make a trailing stop or update a trailing stop. And this is an advantage that you have when you're using the phone versus the desktop over the phone. So if we go ahead and say, I want to move my trade at, once I hit 50 pips, I want my trade to move to my stop loss to drop down to break even automatically. So 50 pips is right around here. So once price comes to around this area, right, this stop loss will drop down to the entry automatically. Don't have to do anything afterwards. I don't have to make any changes to the order if I'm doing this from the desktop. As soon as it goes down to 50 pips in profit, it'll automatically pull me into profit. And my trade is at that point a risk-free trade. And it's all about you managing the trade that's going in your right direction versus worrying about if it's a losing or a winning trade. So in order to do that, you can do it two ways. You can right click on the actual order and go to trailing stop, or you can open it up from the terminal by also right clicking on the order and go to trailing stop. Now, the only thing about this is you need to know what the pip count is for the pair that you're trading, right? So for USD ZAR, it's counted in 1000s, right? SPX is counted in hundreds. And I think depending on your broker will determine whether US 30 or any of those other pairs are counted as 100 or 1000, right? So I know that this is counted in 1000s, right? So that means that every 1000 points is 10 pips, right? So if I'm going to use a trailing stop that's 50 pips, I need to use 5,000 points, right? And we'll see what that looks like, right? This little arrow right here is your cursor, your crosshair, right? I can move this around and see where I am as far as price goes. But if I click it and then drag, I can measure my my targets, right? So this is what 50 pips would look like roughly around here at 16.12991, right? But like I said, I don't need to know that, right? So I just want to use a 50 pip trailing stop, right? So I'm gonna right click on the order, go to trailing stop, and let me do it from over here. Right click on the order, go to trailing stop, and then I'm gonna go to custom. You want to ignore all of these. Do not use any of the default values. These are points are measured. Every point is, this is 1.5 pips. This is 5 pips. So you don't want to use these. You want to go to custom. And because we are using USD ZAR is measured in 1000s. So if we want to do 50 pips, this needs to be 5,000 points. So this will move from the stop loss to the entry at break even once we go 50 pips in profit, which is roughly around here. Right around here, right? And then what happens with your stop loss after that is every time you move another pip in profit, the trailing stop will move another pip in profit. So if you're in this trade and it's continuing to go down, the trailing stop will follow you every pip after 50 pips. So it will just chase the trade. You'll either hit the trailing stop or you're going to hit the target first. And it just depends on which one gets hits first, right? And as long as you are moving in profit in the direction of the trade that you're looking for, your trailing stop is going to follow you. What you'll find out though is sometimes you'll need to adjust this manually, right? Because sometimes you'll get pulled, your stop loss will move to break even, and then the move will like push back up a little bit, right? So in those cases, what you want to do is just adjust your stop loss to a little higher up or back at its original place if you think it's still going to move in your direction. So that once it moves another 50 pips, it'll pull back down from here or from wherever you placed it until it hits its target or you decide to manually exit the trade. So you want to make sure that there are some circumstances where a lot of people say that, you know, I used the trailing stop, but once it went 50 pips or 30 pips in profit, it came back and it wicked me out. That's at that point, once it's gone into those 50 pips in profit, you have to kind of understand that one, you are actually in a winning trade. You've gone 50 pips, 50, 30 pips, whatever your trailing stop is. That means that you've entered into a winning trade. In my eyes as a trader, and most traders would agree, a winning trade is I've gone 30 to 50 pips into profit. What I do after that is on me as an individual trader. If I decide that I believe that this can go further, then I can adjust my trailing stop to take on those changes. You know, if you feel like it's going to reverse, then maybe you want to leave it at that point, right? But for me, myself, and anybody that I talk to, or I know Kim would vouch for this as well, if you're 50 pips in profit, you need to start locking in profit or making sure that you don't end up in a losing trade, right? You should never actually lose money if you're 30 to 50 pips up on a trade. At that point, it is trade management, right? You can take a partial there, which I just showed you earlier. You can leave your order at break even and see how the trade plays out. Move it. If you feel like it's still got some room to go down, but you don't want to put it at break even, you can even move it down, right? So if my original stop loss was here, maybe you just want to move it right here if you still think it's going to go down, right? That way, even if this trade does come back and reverse on me, I'm not taking as big a loss as I would have if I left it at its original spot. But once you're up 30 to 50 pips, your trade is a winning trade and you have to manage it as if it's a winning trade, right? So when you guys get into the trades, you don't want to just leave it there, right? This is every Monday, Step, every Monday at 5. That this session goes on. So you don't want to just leave it here.
Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, I have another meeting at 6:30, so I have to go. But this was good because I've always wanted to be able to use it. It's just I just haven't been able to figure out, you know, how to move things around as easy as I do TradingView. So
yeah, it's no problem.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Later. Okay, so we got the trailing stop. We got the partials on the phone. We got the partials on the laptop. And now I'm going to leave MetaTrader alone. I think that these are the key things that we need to get out of MetaTrader. The one thing I'll add is if you set a trailing stop and you take a partial, right? You have to go back and set the trailing stop again, okay? Just remember that, right? Because if I take a partial, this essentially becomes a new trade, right? I don't know why they do that. I don't know why I won't recognize it, but notice we'll go ahead and do it here. you'll know you have a trailing stop when the stop loss is highlighted yellow, right? So we'll take a partial right here. We'll take a partial right here again. So now you take a partial and notice that my stop loss is no longer highlighted yellow anymore, right? And let me see something. That's how we know that the stop loss is no longer trailing my trade anymore. So if I was to walk away at this point, my stop loss is going to just stay right here. And we want it to move once it got here. It's not going to move. It's just going to stay here. So we would have to go back into the trade, go to trailing stop, go down to custom, and then adjust it again so that we can make sure that now we are still going to be moving in profit once we get our trailing stop going. So again, we'll notice that is yellow, right? Yellow means that it hasn't been triggered yet, right? Once it gets close to this 50, right, this will change colors to red. And once it's red, that'll imply that you're nearing your trailing stop target, right? Once you're nearing your trailing stop target, and you hit it, this will move down and follow your trade as long as it's going towards the target. Once you get close to your target, within 10 pips of your target, this will highlight and turn green. So those are some of the things that you'll be able to notice when you're using it, right? Yellow means that it's active and not triggered. Red means it's close to either close to hitting the trailing stop, or is close to being activated, right? So those are the three options. And the last thing I'll show you on MetaTrader is if you guys want to use the MetaTrader app to set alerts, you can do it. It is a little it's a little tedious. But what I do like about it is because you can get updates when your orders are triggered or when your stop loss move. I would recommend it, right? So anytime your trailing stop moves or your stop loss moves, or you go into profit or you hit a target, your phone will notify you that's happened, right? And if you want to do that, you'll need to go to tools, go to options, and then you're going to look for the notification tab. That's right here. And you're going to select enable push notification and make sure that notify of trade transaction is checked. Now, you're going to need this MetaQuotes ID, which we can get that from the phone. That's listed over here at the bottom, my MetaQuotes ID. It may look a little different if you have an Android, or if you have a different phone. It will look a little different, right? But if you are using an Apple, it's right here at the bottom of your screen. You'll need to go under chat and messages right here. And then my MetaQuotes ID is at the bottom of the screen. You're going to enter this number. You're gonna enter the number 54F29 D70, right? And when I enter the number, I'll get the option to test this to make sure it works. I guess got the test message right here. You don't hear it because my phone audio is coming through the computer, and if I switch it over, it's going to be a loud noise. Let me see if I can do it without it being so loud. Let's see. Let me make sure that is coming through. Okay. We'll try it now. That's what the alert will sound like. What's up? What's up, Javale? That's what the alert will sound like. Anytime. So now we got it selected so that we can get the alerts on the phone. I'll do something simple like I'll update the stop loss. I just got a notification that my stop loss got updated. Same thing again. Another notification, my stop loss got updated. If I move to take profit, another notification. Anytime that I make a change to the order, this helps you out if you're using a trailing stop, because if I'm in a trade and I have a trailing stop, I'll kind of know that this has moved, because I'll hear a little chime to let me know that my trailing stop has moved, right? So we'll leave this trade open and watch how it plays out. And every time that you'll notice also, every time that I got an update to that trade, you can see it over here, modified stop loss, modified, whatever the case is over here. If I close out a partial on this, we'll close out another partial. Because I had it open, it didn't notify. Let me close it right quick. We'll take another partial. Let's do it from the phone this time. That was my order closing. And now we still got that out. All right. I'm good about this. Okay. Now you mentioned the MetaTrader web version. Let's open that up. I don't use that a lot, but
I was using it on my Hugo's Way, and it literally looks the same. It worked the same. Have you been doing it this whole time? So,
yeah, the only thing about it that I do know is you cannot do trailing stops.
yeah, I couldn't do that, but everything else literally works the same. Like,
yeah, you can't. You can do everything else. I don't think you can drag your orders either, though. Like the way we just moved this.
I don't think so. You can do it either. No.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. So that would be one of the pros and cons. Again, this is why I tell everybody, just use the desktop. Just use the desktop. Once you get used to this, you are going to regret trading from your phone or the web version. because it is a lot easier. So the next thing want to go over is some trading view basics, right? So let me go ahead and let me open up trading view. And I'm actually gonna, since most people have a the trial account, I'm gonna open up a trial account real quick. And or not a trial account, but most people have the free version. So I'm gonna get that set up. Did you get started late today? No, we've been on since 5, man. Where to find it? What are we looking for, Alicia? The alarm on MetaTrader 4. The alarm to set up the alerts, you're gonna go into tools, options, and then under options, you're gonna look for the notification tab. And once you have the notification tab selected, you're gonna make sure both of these are checked. And then from your phone, you're gonna go to your phone to get this MetaQuote ID number. On your phone, the MetaQuote ID number is under chats and messages if you have an iPhone. And you're gonna just select that button. And then it's at the bottom of your screen right here. So this 54F29D70 number is the number that you want to place in this text box right here. Got it? Cool beans. And the main thing is this is gonna do is, you know, it'll notify you when you change, when your order targets hit or when you modify your orders. You can use this to set a push notifications. Like if you want to use this to set alerts, you can do it. I can go over that on another session, but you're probably going to want to stick to using TradingView for your alerts, or another option, because this will only trigger one time. So if it's hit and then you adjust it, you'll have to make sure that you go back in and manually reactivate the alert. And you don't want to do that in most cases. You just want it to keep alerting you, right? So let me see who, let's look. Let's open up a TradingView account. If you don't have TradingView already, let's see. We would sign up. Let's sign up for one. All right. So I just signed up for this free account. This one, oh dang, I think this is one I used to have. Okay, yeah, this, I think it's still free though. Cool, because these are things I looked at a long time ago. What is all this? Nope. Okay. All right. So if you were setting up your TradingView from the start, right? You're gonna make sure that you come down to what type of account is this? Is this? Let me see. Oh, great. Okay. Okay. This is the basic. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go to chart. All right. We're gonna go to chart. And This is what your default screen is going to look like, right? You'll notice that, we got some, you want to make sure the first thing you do is you come over here to the drop downs and you make sure this is on auto save and you make sure that your sharing is on, right? That's the first thing you want to do. Because if you need to send your charts to any of us, if you need to share your charts with any of us, this is going to need to be active in order for you to share those out, right? So let me right click this, remove all drawings. And now we have an empty screen, right? The first thing that, the next thing you want to do is you want to decide the pairs. Once you decide that the pairs that you want to trade, knowing that you only have one layout, right? Your layouts are here, right? I can't look at these because I only have one of the layouts, right? You only get one layout when you're using a free account. They all just lead back to this one, right? So you won't even see this option. This used to be a paid account. That's why it looks like that. Yeah, this used to be a paid account. So over here, every time I click on this, I get none of these to show up properly. And that's okay. We don't have to worry about that. But what I want you to do is, let's go ahead and close this right quick. To get around that and make sure that you don't have to worry about that, you want to set up your watch list. That's this first tab, right? Right here. And right now, the watch list has all of these different pairs in there. You can kind of clean this up, right? We don't want all of this, so we're just going to exit out all these, right? You can create a brand new watch list, or you can use the one that's defaulted, but you're going to go into add symbols and you'll add in the symbols that you want to look at, right? So if we want to trade GBP JPY, I'm going to pull up GBP JPY. This is the symbol options. These are the brokers. Find the Oanda broker, right? So GBP JPY using the Oanda broker, right? I want to trade gold, XAU, USD. There's all of the symbols. These are all of the brokers. You're going to look for the one with Oanda. If you manage to pick a different broker and you try to go to the right one, you will not have any of your work that you've done on to mark up the chart saved. So if I go to Oanda and choose that here, and let's say I go ahead and mark up gold on Forex.com's broker account, right? So I want to mark this up. I'm going to throw some lines on here, right? Trade the breakout of here. I want to make this a little thicker. So I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go to line settings, right? I want to trade the breakout of whatever this is. This is not a setup. I'm just using this as an example. And I'm going to buy it if it break above there. I'm going to sell it if it break below here, right? Now, this is all happening under Forex.com, right? I can click this button to make sure that it saves, or I can hit Control S or Command S on the Mac. And then if I go here, none of that is saved. None of that work is saved. So that's one of the key things that I want you guys to see, because if you guys are saying that you losing your markups, this is probably why. That's one of the reasons why. let me see what Shimona says. Mine will not let me create a new one. It says start a free trial. Exactly. You can only have one layout if you have the free version. That's why I wanted you guys to use the watch list. So that way, you know, you can maneuver through all of the setups and stuff that you've done on the one screen and have all of your pairs available right in the watch list. How do you get your screen not to move when you're using the cursor or trying to draw a line? When I use the lock, it still moves. You show me how to lock it, please. Right here, lock the drawing tools right here. And as far as not getting it to move as I scroll, instead of doing this, it's because I'm only using my mouse. I'm not hovering, or I don't know how you may be using a mouse or something. Are you using a mouse? Yeah, I think it may be the fact that you're using a mouse and you're hovering and scrolling through the window. I'm using my trackpad, so I think that's just how your computer is. Maybe you can adjust it by locking the screen over here or magnetizing it so that it'll stay where you are over here. But I think that's your computer. So again, you want to make sure you add in the pairs you want to trade. Each line, yeah, you can lock the lines. If you want to lock the lines themselves, you can drop the line, right click on the line, and then lock it. That'll keep it from moving if I want to, so I don't move the lines as I go throughout the chart. Because a lot of times what'll happen is you'll be moving and grabbing lines and stuff like that. You'll make a mistake and move this, right? And you can fix it by just undoing, right? But sometimes you'll forget, right? And so if you just right click on the line and lock it, or if you double click it, you'll get the options here. You can double click it, or you can get the options here, I'm sorry, and then lock it from here. And now it's locked. And it won't move, and we can get this. And you know, the watch list is set. We have the options. Now, another thing that you guys would probably want to see is, like, if it's something you're going to be using all the time, like the horizontal lines, I would suggest you add it to the favorites, right? If you just hover over it and click this star. You're going to use trend lines a lot. I'm going to click this star. You may use this arrow a lot. I'm going to click this arrow, right? And then another tool you might use a lot is, you might use the text box a lot, right? So I'm going to click this star. You might use the call out a lot. So I'm going to click the star. You may want to use the long positions, short positions that help you measure out your trades. So I'm gonna click the star. I'm gonna click the star. Notice that this little icon right here is dropping in everything that I just added, right? Here's the horizontal line, the trend line, the arrow, the text box, the call out, the long position, the short position, right? How do I get price on the side? Mine's only showing 2 numbers on pairs, but indices is showing full. I'll show you. This little trick will help you save you from navigating through all of these things. So that way you don't have to go in and look. Maybe you want to add in the fibs retracement tool. So I'm gonna add that too. So these are all my favorite tools right here. I'm always gonna use those. I don't have to go and look for those. You'll have a little star, a little icon right here that lets you get to these favorites real quick. And by checking it, it'll disappear. By checking it again, it'll show up here. So that way I always have these available, right? To answer the number question, there is a little icon here. That you can go to the settings. Where is that value? There's actually an easier way. Let me close this out. It is. Knew somebody was gonna stump me, and I know where it is because I just did this too. 2%. Okay, so it may be you are showing your percentage or log, and you need to adjust it here, right? He says you are mine's only showing 2 numbers on pairs, but indices it shows the full number. So index 2%, right? Okay. Logarithmic, regular, percentage. Okay. So it's one of these options that you're gonna have to update over here. So you'll right click it and adjust it here. So I don't know which one exactly that you have it set to. Let me see if we can find it. Line labels, move scale to left. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure which option that you have selected. Yeah, you can screen share. Let me make sure. Let me stop sharing. Go ahead and share. You can share it, Abdul.
I'm trying to, mate. Just don't understand how it's. You press share, but it comes up screen, photos, iCloud Drive, Dropbox, or Microsoft, but I'm using my phone.
Once you share it, once you hit share, you just have to select which screen or which one you're gonna share. Nope. No look. Let me I can see you, but I can't see your screen. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I think I saw that you had regular selected, right? You go over. Yeah, looks like you got it on percent. So go down to this icon, this little icon right here. Yep. And then currency countdown and select logarithmic. Currency is right above the move scale to left. If you select logarithmic, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up, right there. Select that. Now that should have it set. And select currency. Still currency. Um, 1/5. Hold on. I wish I can. I want to get on your computer. Someone, Alicia said, try index to 100 instead of logarithmic. Let me switch to a pair and see if it shows any different. This one's logarithmic. Index to 100. Regular. Let me pin you so I can see you. Oh, okay. You got it. Go to, let me see. Go back to the regular pair. So it's showing right now. Is it? Log in from your computer so I can hop on it. Log into the Zoom on your computer so we can screen share. Okay. And let me know when you hop on. The next thing is what I think will help you guys too when you're marking up is a lot of guys, it's certain things you're going to use all the time, right? So like we got our favorites, right? But we're always going to use a break and sell break and a buy break, right? So one of the things you can do to kind of speed this process up is, oh, you can't see, right? Okay, my bad. Let me know when you're ready, Abdul. And I'll switch back over. I'm gonna keep going. So
Yeah, we'll do, mate. I'm just gonna sign you to Zoom.
okay.
Cheers.
So one of the things that we always do is if we trade in this style, we're gonna buy up here. We're gonna sell down here, right? And the first thing we usually do is we go in here and we double click the line and we type in sell break of 4-hour structure, right? Or whatever the case is, right? Let's say we're gonna sell break, right? Of whatever this is, right? This is something we're gonna do all the time, right? And you know, we need this to probably be over here on the right-hand side. We need for this to always look a certain way. For me, let's say, actually this is a buy break. Let's say we're gonna buy the break. And I want this to be on the top and I want this to be on the right. And I want this to be a little bigger. I want it to be bold. And then let's make this line green, right? If this is if this is something you're gonna be doing all the time, I recommend saving a template. And I was so damn happy. I was able to sit down with Kim when we went to Miami, because sometimes when she is going over her trades on the session and she be like, Toca la menta, and just 5 hours typing it in, I just be like, please just save a template so you don't have to type this all the time over and over and over and over again, because it's stuff that she gonna use all the time. And I just want to grab her computer and just take her hands and type it for her, but I don't because I can't. But this will help you. This will keep me from wanting to do the same thing to you. So after we have this set up, like this is going to be our buy break, right? This is going to be our buy break. We're going to always use this, right? So this is how we want it to look all the time, right? Once we have that set up, we're going to use this template drop down, right? Template, save as, whatever you want this to be. Let's say it's going to be buy break. Oops, we didn't mean to do that. So we got to go back. You can right click it and go to template here, or you can double click, go to template here. It doesn't matter, but this is going to be buy break. Right? It's saved. If I want to see it or get back to it, all I got to do is come down here and click this, right? This is a line that we already have. If this was a buy break that I wanted to use, I could double click it, go to template, and then click this, or I can right click it, go to template, and then hit buy break. And it's all I need to do if I wanted to is add in the numbers from the coordinates, right?
Got a question, Corey.
Yeah.
So when Kim gives you, it's 2 questions actually. So when Kim gives you some certain things, like let's just say the first buy break, right? That buy break can turn into a sell break, or it can be a TP.
Later on, right?
Exactly. How do you modify it from there?
Right.
Second question is,
let me do the first question.
All right, go ahead.
So just like I know that this is going to be my sell break, right? I'm gonna double click this line, sell break, right? I want to make this red. I want to make the text red. Because in my head, this needs to go down. I like to see the words on the bottom. This is just me being me. I want the words on the bottom, right? I'm going to create another template, save as, sell break. That's my template. If this is going to be my target right here, TP1 here. I wanted to put, or I just want to put target right here. Save as target. This could be target 1. See how I just deleted it? I don't have to worry about it. I can just target, add it. This is my target 1. Drop in my numbers, right?
So everyone you add, Corey, you have to do a different template?
When you first creating the templates, but after you do this,
yeah.
This, let's say this is my target up here for the buy. Right click, target.
Okay.
And again, I'm real meticulous. So this would probably be only for sell targets, right? I want my sell targets to be red.
Okay.
I may want my buy targets to be green just to, just for my mental space. I need to have some structure like that, right? So this will be green.
Mm-hmm.
This will be green, right? Because it's a buy, I want the text on the top because that's the direction I want it to go, right? So now I may save this as a buy target. Anything outside of that is a sell target, right? So that's my buy target. This will be my, I just deleted that by mistake. This is my buy target, 1. These are my coordinates over here. Drop it in there, right? And now, if this is where I'm going to trade from, all I need to do is just say, all right, cool. This is where I'm going to buy from, right? This is where I'm going to sell from, right? This is my trade, right? If I go to another pair, right? So now we got our template set up, right? If I go to a, let's say we go to gold and we want to do the same thing, right? Let's say we want to buy the break of this level. This isn't a template, right? But this is where we want to trade from, right? So we already have this line available that's here. I'm going to sell from at this point if it break below here. So I'm going to use my template, right click it, template. The meeting ID is meeting ID is 519-329. Let me just copy it. Let me just copy it.
I'll put it in there.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so if we know this is where we're going to buy from, we know this is where we're going to sell from, we can just double click the line or right click the line, go to template. This is our buy break. This is our sell break. And this is our target 1. Oops. Target 1. Target 2. And so forth, right? And then, you know, if we took the sale, this would be a target right here. We want to put our target. And another thing you can do is you can hold control on a PC and then just drag it and it'll copy it. On a Mac, if you hold command and just drag it, it'll copy it. And you can just go ahead and do your targets like that. But these are not actual trades, right? These have no thought, logic into this. So if you see this, don't take this trade unless you looked over this yourself, because I'm just showing you how to use the tool and not how to take this trade.
Question from this.
Mm-hmm.
I have months of just lines just like this, right? My question is, because when I'm trying to use the fibs, and I know you're not teaching fibs on this, but when I'm trying to use the fibs on there, the lines mesh together, right? So I hide it. I know how to hide it, but how do you bring that back with the information that you use from the fibs? You understand what I'm saying?
Not really, but
Okay, if you go and draw a fib right now, right? See, now that it kind of blends in, right? And I want to know what the 618 is. I want to know the 50, and I want to know the 38. So I mark it. So I put an indication to the right as to where those marks are. Let's just say I do it on a higher time frame, or even this one. I
Mhm.
know I can hide all of my drawings, but how do I save the information that I just used from the fib and then incorporate it back to, drawings?
So if I want to leave this on here and say, this is my 618, this is my 50%, this is
Mhm.
my 382,
Mm-hmm.
how can I leave this here without having my fibs on there?
No, I know how to. You can put array. You can put array, right, and actually make an indentation on where those three levels are.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see where I can hide the information, like hide these drawings, remove other drawings, make an a notation, and then bring it all back together into a culmination. I can't. I don't do it that way. Like I have to make an indentation, remember where the indentation is, hide the drawings, bring the drawings back, and then redraw the fib levels. If that makes any sense.
I'm about to give you the screen. I want to see
Oh, Jesus.
it. I'm not getting what you're saying. I think I do, but I just want to make sure.
Oh, this is perfect. All right. I have one ready for you. So how do I log in?
You could just go to share screen.
Just a sec. All right. So perfect example right here, right? This is chaotic.
It
Can you
is.
see this?
It's absolutely chaotic.
Okay. So, and then you see my fibs you see my fibs in there.
Somewhere in the mix.
Exactly. So technically what I usually do is remove the drawings, right?
Uh-huh.
And then let's just say I go to the daily and then I'm using I'm using the information, right?
On the
Let's
day.
just say
You draw your fibs from what time frame?
this is a daily right now.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going from the high to the low, right?
Okay.
So let's just say I want to let's just say this is not here. So I mean, from this low to this high, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to mark my 618.
Okay.
Want to mark my 50,
Okay.
and I want to mark my 38.
Okay.
So I have these right here. So I know that it should be traced to one of those levels,
Right.
right? Should. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still on my fibs, right? So I know I can delete this, and I have I have these here.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to the 4, firstly, that's another problem. It does not, my ray doesn't appear. This happened yesterday. It doesn't appear, but I still have the levels,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But firstly, how do you how do you bring back the drawings?
There you kind of got it hid. So scroll down over on the right, on the left hand side,
Well,
where all of your drawings are. Now, if you click that little icon for your drawings again,
this?
yeah, not that one, that's the favorite, but the eye, that little eyeball, and then click it again. Oh, that's not working.
Uh-huh.
Right click in the window. Okay, that is not working. Okay, well, go to click on object tree.
Where's that? Oh, here.
Yep. So this is,
This is what I usually use, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this should be showing you everything that you just had on there.
I apologize. I know this is probably taking up a lot of your time,
Oh,
but I had this problem last night, dude. At like 4 o'clock in the morning. I
it's
was
cool.
freaking out.
Click on that little icon next to the word object tree.
What icon? Wait, what are you talking about?
Where it says at
Oh,
the
this?
top, yeah, right here. Okay. Oh wow. This is a new one.
Mhm. So usually what I had to do is write these 3 down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Backspace, go like
And pull them back, right? To pull everything back.
right?
Go into that drop down next to your oil layout. So yeah, right there. Auto sharing, auto save, layout is good. And now go to those your little rays.
Right. Oh, which ones? Drawing?
Yeah,
This?
yeah. Just want to see something. Add one real quick. I just want to see something.
Add this?
Just go click on the ray and add one. Drop one somewhere. And then double click on it. Go to visibility. Oh, that's good. Coordinates, good. Okay. Click on in the object list, click on one of those lines.
Okay.
It is any one of them. In the object list.
I'll click the tip.
Double click on one of the horizontal lines.
Oh, horizontal line. Don't let this. I mean, it was new to me too, so we can talk about this later. But
Okay.
I had to get
Yeah.
this off the chest. I was pissed last night.
Yeah.
It's like triple working.
Yeah, it's kind of, this is weird.
Tedious.
And yeah, we can come back and look at that. Abdul, go ahead and share your screen.
So stop sharing.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, bro.
No problem.
Am I sharing this, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead and share it. All right. Let me grab control. This is GBP USD. This is Yes. And this is Awanda right here.
Yeah.
Log. Everything is the same. Everything looks the same. Let's see. So 2 people have stumped me before, which is cool. Okay. All right. Y'all stump me. Give me 1 second. Okay, hang on. Is this the same? Okay, I see what it is. I think. Oh, no, that didn't work either. What did you do? What did you do, dude? Log out. So what if you open, let me see, if you open up a new chart layout, let's see. Okay, so it's something you change on that chart and that chart only. Because opening a new chart, that's the same. So scale, is it anywhere we can restore to default? Currency. I don't see where you can do it, but it looks like whatever it is just on that chart.
Just on just GBUSD.
No, not even GBP USD, just this layout. So this Abby layout
Yeah.
that you have right here,
Yeah.
if you open up this, so you have these layouts right here, Abby, unnamed.
Just delete them.
If you would, I don't, unless you want to keep digging around, I would just pull all this info
Yeah.
and save it on here in one of these other layouts.
I'll do. I'll delete these all and I'll sign out and I'll sign back in. Hopefully.
No, if you want to get rid of this Abby, you
Yeah.
can.
Just get rid of all of them. I was just messing about with them. So.
Yeah. But it looks like it's just that layout that you've made this change in, because if we open up a new one and this is GBP USD, this is Owanda, this is scale right here, and it's the same. Like it should be. I don't see anything you've done inside of that layout that should cause that. Yeah, I don't see anything. So the easiest way to fix it is just get rid of that one and just work let's name this one to something else. And then make the change in here where you can just add in all your indicators. You had RSI, you had MACD. And then your levels, you just have to add from there. Okay.
Brilliant.
Sorry about that.
No worry, bud.
Okay. I'm gonna
Just stop sharing.
got it. Pivots. Let me get Miss Tate real quick. Miss Tate wanted to look at FX Blue. Miss Tate, you here? I thought I saw you on here. Yep. Once Miss Tate ready. So the last question was how do you use the pivots? So the pivots, you find under the indicator, and it is under pivot high low right here. You can start this too. It'll fall up under your favorites. You add it in right here. The pivots basically tell you where your swing high and your swing lows are in the market. And as they are created, they're not live. So if you see that there's a swing high right here, you may have one on the lower time frame. So if you, this is the 4 hour, we don't have a swing low right here yet. I don't know what the criteria is that creates them. I think that it's a time ratio that they use, but there is one here that's on the 4 hour. If we don't see one on the 4 hour, we could drop to the 1 hour and see the ones that have been created here and use those. So we had this one up here on the 4 hour, and now we have the lower time frame pivot points right here, where this would be the lowest point. And you can just switch in between the two to get that where's the most recent pivot point after you broke. So like it's say if we wanted to trade off of this pivot point that we don't see on the 4 hour, which was right here. We don't have one down here, but if we go to the 1 hour, we'll have a pivot point around this low, which is right here at 134.049. So we have it right here, and we can use that. So basically the pivot points can show you a couple of different things, where your swing highs, swing lows are, and then where you have major resistance or support. So like you see because we seeing these 3 pivot points right here together, we can even add in this one and then add in these other 2 right here. That's showing that there's major support at this level right here. Just like if we were to look at these highs right here, these are all kind of bunched up together right here. They're showing major resistance around this area, right? And I'm just using the numbers in between because, like, you know, these are respecting, you know, I drew my line here, but they're all really respecting this level right here. They're all really respecting. You may see that it break through it or push up through it, but most of the rejection is coming around this area, this area, this area, this area. And you kind of want to give it an eyeball, basically, where most of the rejection is happening here. We are getting wicks that trade through this a little bit, but most of the price action is happening along this level right here, which makes sense because this is a whole number. This is close to this whole number at 37, 137.00. We can even pull this down to about right here. And we can see that most of this price action is happening. The rejections that we're getting, even though it overshoots it on these wicks, is happening around this whole number at 3,700. So that's kind of one way you can use it. The pivots to confirm zones. Our target lines up with a bunch of pivot points too. If we were to use this as a target, we could even break this down to some smaller targets. If we go to the 15-minute, we'll probably see some similar situation where this area we could actually probably trade from by pushing it down to here, trade the break of this, use this as a target right here. Instead of the break, and use this as a target, right? Which would be a good target. Actually, this would be a good target because this is reacting to an area of rejection. So I'll actually leave you guys with this trade. Actually leave you with this one. So this will be our target one. We'll take a buy break of, let's clear these highs a little bit right here. And we'll take a buy break at 135.45. 2. That's where we'll buy from. We'll trade to our first target up here. That's about 20 pips. Yep. And then target 2, we make it to target 2. We'll trade to this area right here. That's about another 20 pips.
So we're doing this right now?
No, but I'm going to leave this for you guys if you want to take this trade. And a target 3, you can put it right here. Target 3. If you want to be a little conservative, you can wait for this. This is an early buy break, and I'll annotate that. It's an early buy break. The one that's going to actually clear the rejection area is if we hit our TP3, that's also another buy break as well if we break above that, and we will be targeting around this area. So I actually would prefer to buy from target 1. So let's put the buy break here. And then we have an early sale too. We can sell from this level right here. Oops, let me undo that. Do we? Yeah, I don't know if I like to sell early. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, this if you take the early buy it to target 1. If you don't get in, then you can buy it from target 1 and go to target 2 and 3. A good sell from here. We can sell from here. Our second sell break You can sell from there as well. This will be our target.
So Corey, how do I know when to take the sell or when to take the buy?
You're gonna wait for the requirements to be met. And the requirements being whether or not the trade has broke structure and you get a candle to close above or below where we are looking to take the trade from. You need to watch Kim's favorites video on Go Live. I'll go over it real quick, but you need to re-watch that if you haven't watched it. Okay?
I have to be honest, I did watch.
You didn't?
I did.
And it's okay.
It was a while ago, so I guess.
Yeah, it's okay. Let me grab the coordinates for this. Only gonna give 2 targets for this. And then you're gonna look for that's gonna be a trade right here. Let's go here. Let me pull you up just a little bit. Okay. All right. Here's a trade on GJ. I'm gonna drop that in the leadership chat as well.
Because you just saved that on the US 30, you just overrode your US 30?
Yep. No. If I was to open up the US 30 in here, I would be able to go back and add that too.
So Corey, do you know if somebody gives a session while Kim is live, so like you can make sure that you're putting the numbers and everything in the right place?
I'm gonna fight you. That's all I'm gonna say, because I have a session that I host every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
No, I mean like as it's going on, because this is just my truth, and I know everybody's not like me, but sometimes like as it's going on and as I'm putting in the numbers and it looks different from my sitting here doing it and you guys doing it, I was just wondering if there's somebody who's like, this is what you should be doing right now while you're doing it, you know.
You have.
Corey put the screen.
I'm gonna fight you like that. You gotta look. You have tools that, for one, I drop this in the chat every time we go on for pre-New York. That's one thing. And then 2, under schedules, this has the schedule when everybody's on. Everybody's on. Even during Kim's Go Live, we are usually this pre-New York session runs during Kim's session. So, and you're supposed to know that. So I'm gonna fight you.
Can you not fight me?
I think she's talking about Sunday sessions too, bro. The one
yeah, because
on the Sunday session, she's not giving out live trades on that session. That session is.
But she's still trying to figure out how to enter though. So she wants to look the little block party that they have.
Yeah, and then on Sunday, there is a London session that O'Brien goes over on Sunday.
Yeah, yesterday I tried to get on the London session, but I got on the session that you said if you guys want to get on right after Kim's, and that kind of took me out.
That was the Saturday SNL. So there's another team that hosts sessions where they are like real crunk. They like turned up, they dancing, partying. But
That was a little bit much for my brain.
yeah, I will admit that. But Brian hosts the Sunday session and O'Brien hosts the London session on Sunday.
And so these people will make sure that I did the trade correctly.
That is correct.
Okay.
And then during the week, the session is myself and Brian, we host pre-New York session. But I'm still gonna fight you.
But you know I'm gonna be on that. I'm like every time you're on, basically I'm on. It's just that, you know, for some strange reason, your learning curve is different from mine. And everybody else has seemed to have caught on to this, but it's taking me a minute.
I'm not gonna fight you because you don't know how to enter. I'm gonna fight you because you haven't looked at the schedules tab. That's why I'm gonna fight you.
Well,
look at Miss Tate.
I know I'm not the only one though. So
I love you, Miss Tate.
other people may want to ask, they just are afraid to.
I love you, Miss Tate. Just go to the schedule tab and it's gonna tell you everything you need to know. Cool beans. Now,
Huh?
go to this tab right here.
See, that's the thing. I did go to that tab last night, but I didn't see. The only person I saw was Kim. But the person that I'm talking about is the person that makes sure that you're doing the trades correctly.
Hang on.
So nobody understands what I'm saying.
Oh, I get you. I
Thank you, Wale. Thank you so much. Because what I am saying is, you guys know this stuff. For me, it's like a foreign language.
I'm showing you. Look, this is the London. And then last night, this is for our team only. It was dropped in the chat after the session. Brian hosted a call for the team. And then I dropped this guys in there.
Yeah, that's the one I got on, but I don't suggest anybody.
Yeah, they are a little turned up, but this, and then this is
They all a little what?
they are a little turned up.
Oh, okay.
And then I think they even dropped it in the Discord too. Let me see.
I didn't see it in the Discord.
No, never mind.
She wants something that if Kim says US ZAR buy at this level, right? She wants to make sure that someone's watching the charts and saying buy. And it's
yes.
The young man will do it. The one you don't like, they do that. They want to make a lot of noise.
Oh.
When it's time to enter, they say, okay, it's coming there, enter now.
That
they
is
make noise, they dance, but they do it.
That is absolutely true.
Who is that person?
I don't know, y'all. Last night I was so scared. I said, you know what? This ain't right for me. This is not it.
The young,
they play
they dance, but you know, they do it. They
The
tell
man
you
had on a
to
rat
enter.
head, you know.
Yeah, they do. They do
They
act.
do. Yeah.
And like I said, for Sunday calls, that is the London session at 2 a.m. And then Brian hosts a session is just for the guys on our team. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays is the go live session that we host pre-New York on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. And that session usually extends into Kim's session. And then Goya, David, he holds his London sessions at 2 to 4 that also Nelson and Alfredo, and Lester, and Travell been helping out with. So those
Yes,
guys,
I get on those sessions, Corey. That's what I'm saying. I hop on them.
You want something specific, dude. I don't think there's anything that's specific to, hey, this is approaching, enter now. There's nothing. I'm being honest with you, except for that party. That party SNL thing. That is not for everybody. I agree with what she's saying. Certain people that are beginners need a little bit more help. Maybe they're entering too early, entering too late. But yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, until Kiara told me, I didn't know why all of my trades were starting off negative. I was really frustrated about that last night, and everybody else kept putting up fire emojis and talking about how they hit TP and all this stuff. I was very upset.
Who's your accountability partner?
Who's what?
Me?
Miss Tate is.
I am.
Okay.
Miss Tate is awesome.
I mean, we go around and around, but you know, I told Naomi right now exactly what we need to do is just do what Kim says and do what Corey says when it comes to adding, putting the trades in. That's not for us to try to make our own right now. And Naomi's trying to make her own. She's trying to make her own. She's making it difficult for her to understand. I mean, I don't understand a lot of it myself, but I mean, I'm listening to the rest of them, how you talk about it. But Naomi's, I guess she just, I don't know.
No, what I'm okay.
I'm still,
so
we still accountable. I'm still holding her accountable. Wait a minute, Naomi.
Last night the trade went wrong for me, so I tried to correct the trade by putting in my own trade, but that kind of made it worse. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Why would you correct your trade and correct that trade that they gave you and put in your own trades?
Because their trade left me in the negative.
because you probably did not enter it based off of the criteria that was given. Because if you took the trades that were given last night, the majority of those trades hit the target.
Didn't hit my target. Not at all.
I just couldn't keep my eyes open, but yeah.
I think that you said something key. You said it didn't hit my target.
The target, okay, so thank you, Noel, for asking. So I tried to put in I think it was the USD ZAR.
Let's go.
Right?
Just hold on. And
Corey.
yes.
I have one question for you. This is you recorded the session you gave today on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good night.
Okay. All right. USD ZAR.
Okay, and I'm gonna see if I can find the history to tell you how much I actually lost.
No,
Yes,
you need to send Corey what you sent me, on Telegram.
Okay.
How you entered that trade.
Let me show you. This is
okay.
This is.
But the thing is, I call myself entering the trade correctly.
No, just hang on.
Just listen to Corey.
Listen, right. Thank you. So here is the setup for the trade, right? We're gonna go back and replay this, right? Today has not happened. This trade was given out at 10 p.m. So this would have been the setup, right? Oh, dang it. Let me go into my account.
Okay, and I'm gonna try to find.
Nope, don't do anything. Just follow my lead. All right. Okay. All right, so USDs are. This is the trade criteria. Right here, right? This is the same thing everybody got when
Mhm.
giving this trade out. This happened around, this was given out around let's use
10
this
o'clock.
Yeah, around like 10 something,
around.
maybe later 10 something.
So she would have marked her charts up based off of what this looks like right now.
Mhm.
There would have been a break or a buy here and likely here. Let's get the numbers so we can be exact. This would be the sell. Right? And let me
Okay.
do this over here. This would have been the sell, right? And this would have been the buy right here.
Mhm.
Where it says alert, this is where you're gonna buy from, right?
That's what I called myself doing.
No, don't say nothing. Just pay attention, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we got the sale set up, right?
Mhm.
We're gonna place the buy. Our buy is gonna be here. The coordinates are gonna be here, right?
Mhm.
Our target, our targets, we'll worry about the targets. Hold on. Let me just add the targets too, just to make sure. And actually, let me,
Why don't we just target one?
hang on. Yeah,
Just do one target.
play this a little more. This is 10. It's around the time she gave this trade out here. So let me come out of here. Go exactly to when it was called. So the replay would have been 10 p.m. So it would have been around this time right here. Okay. So we'll get TP1. We won't worry about the rest of the TPs. Target 1. Okay. And so the trade was called out here. The alert should not have gone off yet. So we'll walk this forward. You'll notice the candles start to move. Right here, right? This alerts you, when the price comes up to this point, that the trade is setting up, right? That doesn't mean get in the trade. That means that the trade is potentially activating with the price that we're supposed to trade from, right? We're gonna let it go forward some more. We're still not in the trade. This candle, I would need to go to the 15-minute to see, but this candle is the first candle to actually break and goes above where we would have alerted, right? So based off of just this candle, we would have hit TP1, right? If you didn't get in on this candle, let's see what the next candle did. Right here. If you notice, this candle pushed down first and retested this area. When we see the candle touch this area, that's when we enter the trade. Then we would have hit TP1, and it looks like we hit TP2 as well on this trade. If this happened at 2 a.m., yep, this candle triggered. The first candle to hit TP1 was at 1 a.m. This happened at 1 a.m. and then it hit TP1 and 2 at 2 a.m. And then the next candle retested again. I'm going to go to the 15-minute so you can see exactly what it looked like on the 15-minute, where if you're taking it from the 15-minute, right? This would have been the candle that broke, right? Could have entered in on this candle. When it dropped down and touched this area again, you would have hit TP1.
So I was supposed to wait until 2 o'clock?
Yes. Or this happened at, like I said, this happened at 2. This happened at 1:30. It hit TP1. It retested, hit TP1 at 1:45. It retested again at 2:15, hit TP1. It retested again right here, hit TP1, probably hit TP2, probably hit TP3. This trade never went the wrong way. And the only way if you would have gotten in the wrong way is if you got in somewhere up here and then it dropped, retested, and then took back off again.
I think that what happened was I was expecting it to like go into profit instantly when I put it in my phone.
On your phone, yes, the spreads are very high on this pair during the night. So when you actually enter the trade, you're going to automatically be negative because of the spreads. So one thing I'll suggest is don't expect anything at this point. You're not experienced enough to make expectations yet. You got to understand how to get in and out of the trades first, right? That's why you're still working in demo. So with that being said, just take the trades based off of what is given. Now, I will say, in a lot of times, if something opens up like this and it's already near TP1, don't enter the trade. Wait for it to come back down and see how it reacts before you enter the trade. If it's still good right down here near the buy entry, then you enter the trade, right?
Okay.
A lot of times people get caught up, they'll enter the trade and get entered in the trade right here when the actual entry was down here. If it goes up and hits TP1 without giving you a retest, you just have to wait until you get the retest like you did right here, like you did right here, and then you take the trade.
So before I put it in my MetaTrader, I need to let it alert on the trading view first.
Yep. This, you need to see if this is where you're going to be trading from right here. This is the level I'm looking at right here. It needs to break. A candle needs to break and close above this. And this candle is the one that did it right here. And then the next candle is the candle that retested. You got to retest on that candle, this candle, and on these two candles right here. Once you see that this happened, you know that you can take the trade off of this candle, off of this candle, and off of either of these candles over here. And if you miss these candles, I think you even got another entry on this trade. Let me see. Okay. No, we didn't get another entry. So this would have been the trade right here. You could have taken this. It would have been a little riskier, but this candle broke and closed. You could have entered on this candle. You would have hit TP1 again. This candle hit TP1 and 2 probably. These are riskier because it's already setting up to reject, but you still like no reason this should have been a losing trade. Going. The sell looked like it faked out right here. The sell wicked right here. So no trade over here. There's no break and close below for the sell. Now it's just going sideways.
We've all been there, dude. I remember the first time I took one of Kim's trades on a volatile pair, and we got faked out. It takes patience. It takes a little time. I wouldn't, if I'm beginning, I wouldn't particularly trade ZAR. ZAR is one of those ones that'll give you a heart attack. I'll do something a little bit slower, or maybe a GBP pair, just to practice on. I had this problem, and I used the I didn't even know when I first started, I didn't know what a close was, so I had to use the bars and learn what those bars meant to see what a full close was. So we've all been there. It just takes patience. It takes getting on like multiple calls, as you know, certain people. Yeah, I had to use that to figure out what a complete close is.
Yeah, I like those a little bit better than a candlestick as well.
And I mean, everyone does it differently. I use Hakanashi candles, so it's a lot of learning. It's a huge learning curve that you have to.
Where did you actually do the trade from?
Somehow I accidentally sat on my phone and erased the history. But Miss Tate should see it from her phone because I sent it to her earlier.
Yes. Where she entered the trade. I'm gonna tell you where she entered that trade. I guess someone.
Because I didn't do any of this last night. I just went to I used the my cell phone to look at it, and I used the laptop to look at it, and I thought I got it spot on.
Okay, we were supposed to. She entered the trade at 16.24608. And she put it for a buy.
What time did you enter it?
She entered it at 11 2 to 20, 5:54
a.m.
5:54 a.m.
I don't know why I'm saying that. I entered it right after Corey put it in the thing.
So you entered it at 10 p.m.
I don't know.
Well, it says 2020 11 and then 02. So that's November the 2nd 2020, and then the next two numbers is 0554.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why it's saying that.
That looks like 5:54 a.m. to me, unless
Oh,
it's
man, I was
5:54 in the afternoon.
054 is midnight.
05 semicolon 54.
Yeah, that's midnight.
So that
That's
may
midnight.
be what I tried to fix after it was completely in the negative. So that may be the trade that I tried to use to fix the one that I messed up. So
Well, that was the first one.
This
She entered it again,
you entered right around here.
and then she entered it again.
Yeah, you entered somewhere on one of these candles right here. This
Where?
04 is happening right around here on these two candles.
I
And
don't
where
know
should
why
she
it's
have been
saying that,
entering?
because right after I saw it, that's when I put it in.
Exactly.
And where should she have been entering it at?
The trade was up here.
Okay.
So again, let me see.
So I read it in the Telegram, then
Hold
I
on.
put it in.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to make sure I'm getting this time right. So this is that's 3, 2, 1, 12, 11. So you actually entered at 11:54. Which means you entered on this candle right here. This is the candle you entered on. You were already in drawdown because of the spread. And then 2, you didn't actually enter based off of the criteria. If I didn't put the chart in the trade, this candle had already happened and wicked. And so this would have never given you the signal to enter the trade, right? Because I probably put it in the chart around this candle, right? Or this candle. Because she would have given out ZAR earlier in the session.
Mm-hmm.
So the session started at 10:15 was really when it started. So ZAR probably would have came out around this time. But me dropping it into the chat doesn't mean enter the trade.
Miss Tate told me that today, but I didn't know that.
Now that's several charts are going to get dropped on Sunday.
So Corey, when I look at her choice, not Naomi's, when Kim gives us these setups, I go into my trading view before, and I look to see where the price is if it's close to that number. I mean, sometimes I set that alarm, but then sometimes I don't. So I just I go in and see where the price is and see if I'm at that number or close to that number, because my numbers are maybe two numbers off,
right,
from my MetaTrader. I have FX. It seems like it's not that far off from TradingView. And then that's when I go on and enter the trade.
Yeah,
after wick.
Yeah, you kind of want to just make sure that it's around the area. Much focusing on the numbers itself, because the numbers are going to be a little different.
Right, the numbers are going to be a little different. But I mean, I don't look at the MetaTrader on my phone, because it's not going to be the same numbers.
Right. Yep, that's correct. And yeah, you definitely entered on this candle. This candle wicked the area. This candle did not close above. You entered in on this candle. You went in drawdown right here. You finally came back in profit over here, and then it hit the break right here, and it hit the first target.
So what time was that?
This happened at 11:30, or between 11:30 p.m. and midnight.
But that's impossible. I put it in as soon as I saw it in the Telegram.
Either way, if you did that, still would have entered in over here.
Mm-hmm.
It went down in the wrong direction. It doesn't matter. You put it in at the wrong place.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Um,
So I'm not supposed to use the MetaTrader to do the alerts or to watch it to see when to enter the trade.
you can, if you understand that you still have to take the trade based off of these breaks structure.
Okay.
You can match this structure with what's on MetaTrader.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the candlestick patterns. But that's something that you'll have to get used to. I would recommend that you just use TradingView. You can download TradingView on your phone and put Kim alerts and put the levels right there. And when you see that it crosses it on TradingView, then you can take the trades based off of that.
Okay, because I didn't know I could put TradingView on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have it on mine. I go from one to the other on my phone, but I don't have an Android.
Last thing I wanted to do was Miss Tate, you wanted me to look at your FX Blue.
Yes.
Okay. I'm on share screen. And, I'm gonna call it tonight.
I mean, when you told us to do that, I think that was on the session on the 20th of October. Because I always date when I'm in your meetings and the date and the time.
Okay.
So I think you told us that on the 20th, because that's when I downloaded it.
Right.
Because I got the email. So the other day when you said, did anybody do it? That's why I couldn't remember if I did it. But I did do it because I have a welcome to FX Blue Live.
Okay. And
so that means I did it, right?
Right. You just got to go back to the site. And when you go back to the site, FX Blue.
I tried to log in. I mean, it gave me an account number and all of that, but I tried to go back in and log in.
From here?
But it tell me, yes, right there.
Okay.
I put my username because I have written down my username and the code. And it wouldn't take either one of them.
It should be a password for this one. You have that one?
Yes, I have a password too.
Can I, can you share?
Yeah, you have it.
I'm gonna stop. Okay, so if you go to the bottom of your screen and then go to share screen.
Well, how you gonna see it?
That's what you got to share it out. If you
okay, I touch the arrow where it says share screen.
And then click on share screen, and then there's a little share option.
Wait a minute, you go to the bottom of what screen? The one my on my computer or on my phone?
On your computer.
Oh, okay. So I'm hitting the arrow where it says share screen, and then I see you say "Court." Well, somebody said good night.
Yeah, pick the one that you want to share.
Okay, Corey, I'm confused now.
Okay.
I'm supposed to touch share screen on my
Computer.
my monitor,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's what I did. I touched that,
And
and
then
nothing's happening.
there should be an option, a screen that opens up that says pick the window. And then there should be another option to hit share screen, share. You don't see it?
No, I don't. I mean, I see W and then IN and Facebook.
Like,
Huh?
I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oops. Can you see the screen?
Can I see this screen?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I see all these screens on the.
Yeah, so one of these, you'll see a screen that opens up like this, and then you're gonna choose one of the windows, and then you're gonna hit this share button right here, or there should be
Okay. So I'm gonna see all of that.
Yep. And you're looking for this. Once you select it, you'll see this button right here. And I'm gonna stop sharing so you can get to it.
Okay, Corey.
Don't see it?
Nope, I don't.
I don't know how else to tell you anything. Request it from you.
Well,
Cannot.
I hate to hold up everybody else on just this.
It's okay. I can't. I guess the last option would be, let me try to do this another way. I will, how about I do this? I will call you. Is your daughter gonna be there anytime?
No.
Mm,
I mean, I'm in my house.
okay.
I mean, I can go over to her house if you want.
No, you don't have to. I was just gonna say the next time she's there, I can set it up for you and we can get on a Zoom together.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that'll be because this not emergency.
Can't you just get on the Zoom with me?
I mean I can, but if I still gotta get you to share the screen.
Okay.
So if you guys want to hop off, I'll stay on with Miss Tate and see if we can get this figured out. This recording I'll have available once it's done uploading, and then I'll drop a link for it and highlight some of the different things so that way you can just skip to it and don't have to go through all of the stuff. Okay. And just skip to those important parts of it. And then you can, I'll drop it into the trading resources tab. And you guys will have that. Okay. And I'll stay on Miss Tate to figure this out. And then the rest of you guys can drop off unless you just want to watch Miss Tate and I figure this out. Okay. Cool beans. All right.
Okay.
So Miss Tate, let me see. So you got a touch screen?
No.
Okay. So
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it was. I was touching the screen. Maybe I needed.
I thought you doing that.
Oh, now I see everything you just sent me. Ooh, I'm so used to touching on my phone.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, I see all those screens now. And which one you want me to?
Any one of the first one that it had.
Huh?
The first one.
Okay, so I touched that first one and then I hit share.
Right. There we go. Awesome. And
It's a good thing you asked me that, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna hit request control.
Huh?
I just hit request control. And then you
And I have to say approve.
Okay. Awesome. All righty. FX Blue. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try to enter this password for this one. Or let's check something out. What was just try to put in what you think the username is.
Oh, I know what it is. It's the first one.
This one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then what the password should be.
Well, I guess it is.
You can type it. It's probably.
Well, you know what? I wrote it down, live account, and then I put a number, and then it's 6 numbers.
Let me see.
Maybe. Does that sound like it would be that more than using my email address?
What's the 6 numbers?
198131. Yeah, I tried that too. 198131. See?
Hang on.
Try these numbers.
Hold on 1 second. Let me try this one more time. Okay. So this is actually your account right here. We're gonna try it with this. Okay, now try it. Put in the password from here. We can't see it, so. go. It's in now. So you have to
Oh,
use this as the username. And then the only other thing is you need to sync this. Let me do this for you.
okay, hold on. Let me take this. So username is that. Yeah, what? Yeah, there have been 227. That thing is lying. I have did this 227 times.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh man.
But I did the rest of it right now.
Yeah. So what's the password for this broker account?
Maybe it is 326.
Don't tell me. Just put it right
Oh,
here.
okay.
I don't want to know the password. Oh, hang on. Wait. Let's stop this. We're gonna resync this. Okay, now let's do it over here. Trading platform, MetaTrader 4, FX choice. And it's a pro account. You remember?
My account. Well, I have pro for the trading view. Is that what you're talking about?
What about your FX choice server? Is it pro too?
Well, how do I know that?
Go to your phone.
Uh-huh.
And then go to where it says settings on the MetaTrader 4.
Go to where it says what?
Open up your MetaTrader.
Go to my MetaTrader. Okay.
And then go to where it says settings. You have an iPhone?
Yes.
Yeah. If you click on where it says settings, when you go into MetaTrader, you'll see at the top of the screen, it will say your name, and then it'll say the account number, and then it'll say the server.
It says FX Choice Classic Live.
Okay, that's what we wanted to know. So we got this, and now we're gonna put this number in, and now we're gonna put in password. The password to MetaTrader.
And well, let me ask you something. I put FX Blue demo. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, that's why we had to change it right here. Because you want your live account, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you just got to put in the password to that account. For your MetaTrader.
Oh, my MetaTrader. My MetaTrader password. Hold on. MetaTrader password. MetaTrader password. I have FX Blue. Blue. Okay, let's see. So it's what this is, investor password.
That's your password to get into the MetaTrader account.
I mean, you can see it.
No, let me